I'm going to show you an easy way to work with the Datability survey statistics that we collected from class. So I've opened the Datability survey. I'm going to go to File, and what I'm going to do is take all this data and put it into Excel. So I click on File, I go down to Download As, and I choose Microsoft Excel. I go ahead and click on it, and it takes just a minute or so, and I'm going to say Open in Excel, and it's going to put all of my data in Excel where I can more easily work with it. So it'll take just a little bit here. It's opening Excel now, but once it's there, I'll be able to run some stats and do some graphs. Let me kind of size this so it fits into my screen. So here's all the data that we had in the Datability survey. So here they are. If I wanted to run some stats now, so say I wanted to add these up, so I could say equals the sum and then parentheses, and then I just highlight. I'm right clicking and highlighting, left clicking, and then moving my cursor. So I've selected cells C20 or C2 through C20 and then hit enter. So that's the sum of those. But maybe I want to find a measure of center, so I find the average instead. And if you just start typing, I forgot to select my cells, didn't I? And then if I just start typing, it will find the one I'm looking for. So I want the average of, and it says select your numbers, so I left click, and then I select my numbers, and then hit enter. So it gave me the average of those numbers, which is really helpful. So you can go ahead and play around with some of the pre-programmed functions in the, or some of those formulas that are pre-programmed into Excel. You can also graph these. So if I wanted to graph these, this is credits per quarter. I could go ahead and take this, highlight it. It's really easy to create some graphs, but you have to be careful. Excel is not a statistics program, which means that it does not do, technically like say a histogram or something. So when you're trying to come up with one of the measures, it might be easier just to draw it by hand. But I want to show it to you. So if I wanted to insert, say, a pie graph, so I could go ahead and insert a pie graph, and I've already selected my data. So I say insert pie, and I want one that looks like this. And then it just comes up with a pie graph for all that data. So maybe that's not the best graph for this data, right? So I can delete this, and then I can try maybe another graph. Maybe I want to do a scatter plot. A scatter plot is the plot that we use to test linear correlation. But we needed let me highlight the titles, but we needed two variables. So a scatter plot requires two variables. All the other ones that we've done require one. So I'm going to go to Insert again. I'm going to choose Scatter, and I just click on Scatter, and I want just this one. And now I'm comparing people's credits this quarter to credits total. And here it is. And then I could, talk about maybe there's a negative linear correlation, but it doesn't look like there's a strong one, but certainly possibly one. So this is an option. This is a way to work with that data, but remember that you can also graph these by hand. You can take a picture of them or use some other kind of statistics or drawing tool.